Today we're discussing whether or not the supersize versus super skinny concept could actually be helpful for changing behavior, or is it just entirely for entertainment purposes?
That's right, that's what I would have for my lunch.
Have you lied?
No.
Have you cut your food diary down?
I'm sorry, I can't sit here and be told I'm wrong anymore. I'm fed up being told I'm fake and I'm lying and I'm wrong, and don't follow me with the camera. Don't.
As an obese teen, I absolutely love this show. Something about it is just so mesmerizing, particularly the feeding tube.
Wow, is that one meal?
Wow, that's a big lunch. More sandwich, yeah? Yeah.
Always wanted to see my own food tube so bad. Now this show basically operates on one principle: terrify people into changing their behavior. Starting with the food swap.
Oh, that tastes horrible.
It's water.
Now I feel like the food swap is one of the best and worst parts of the show in terms of getting people to change. A change of behavior ultimately begins with awareness of the problem. And being forced to sit across the table watching someone else consume what you normally consume in a week is a very interesting way of creating awareness. It's like a mirror, but it allows you to be more objective and empathetic because you're viewing your behavior through the lens of another human being. And you see this technique working all the time. People probably 8 times out of 10 on the show have a breakdown watching the other people consume what they consume.
Amy, I'm getting a bit sick of your coffee. I've lost my mojo. I can't take it no more.
Another meal with no food has broken Gary.
I don't think I want any more.
Seeing the effect her meals are having on him is making Amy realise she has to look after herself better.
In one episode I watched, the Superskinny made an entire plate of fries and then served up just 5 French fries.
Thank you for 5 chips.
It was just literally what I got in that meal.
And this guy had already not eaten for like 3 days straight.
Do apologise.
You okay?
Yeah.
Have I upset you?
Just seeing it sort of somebody else having what I'd be having. The realisation of what I've done to myself with my diet.
I also like that the food swap disrupts people's patterns and beliefs about what they think is and isn't possible. But although the food swap has a lot of positive elements, it has a lot of negative ones as well. Frequently, I'd feel really, really bad for the Supersizes. Not always, but sometimes swapping with the super skinny meant subsisting off liquids and caffeine for the entire week.
But finally, after 42 hours, Louise gets something to eat.
Another girl switched with a guy who basically didn't eat and lived off of tea and lots of sugar.
I drink about 25 cups of tea a day.
Oh my gosh.
With 5 sugars.
5 sugars?
So she was just drinking sugar tea for 7 days straight. And this happened after they told her that she was pre-diabetic. So you can imagine she probably felt horrible for a week.
I feel really, really, really sick.
And I'm just not sure where you're supposed to be like getting the benefits of the program if you just feel terrible and you're not really getting a chance to reflect on your own actions. Now, obviously, no matter how bad the food swap is, it's just 7 days. But let's not forget, we're dealing with people with issues with food here. We don't know who's going to get triggered. We don't know who's going to go home and binge. We don't know who's going to go home and purge. I just feel like that element, I really hope that they thoroughly vetted everyone psychologically beforehand, but I don't know, it's a TV show, so I don't know that they did, but we can hope. Now, obviously, we cannot talk about Supersize versus Super Skinny without talking about the fact that they send people to America. They send British people to America to meet morbidly obese people. I think this comment sums it up best. It's not Supersize versus Super Skinny without them flexing on the USA. Highly unnecessary. There's lots of obese people in the UK. The shade of it all. Now, usually they pair people with an American counterpart who has shared similar life experiences so that the whole experience can really hit home that this could be you if you don't change.
Do you agree with that?
I don't know if I love food. Whether love it is the wrong term. I don't feel as though I eat a lot. Honestly.
You say, I'm kind of the opinion if you were to look in the encyclopedia under denial, you'd have my picture next to it.
And I gotta say, it is very effective at making these people absolutely terrified for their future if they don't change.
You're going to be going out to America. Look at his life. Yeah, he's going to show you his life as it is.
And that's when the infection in my leg got into my bloodstream. The surgeons came in and they marked on my leg. They were going to cut my leg off. They were going to...
These are some of my medications I take every day. This is for my blood pressure because the heart was straining from all the fat around it.
Yeah.
I have a tool over here for when I use the bathroom. It's embarrassing. This is what your life gonna end up to be.
This is gonna be you.
No, sorry, not anymore.
But as a quick and important side note, just because someone is obese does not mean that they're on track to become super morbidly obese. The behind them both is not necessarily the same. It can be, and it can be a thing where you progress to that, but it by no means is just everyone who is obese progresses to be super morbidly obese. It's just not, that's not how it goes. But obviously it's not quite as terrifying if you're like, hey, maybe this could happen to you.
This is you in 15, 20 years' time.
Okay.
Absolutely you.
Now, is fear effective at making people change their behavior? Well, fear does seem to be helpful at motivating people to behave differently. Taking people to America, or even doing that thing where they break down what they're consuming over a year, takes abstract consequences and makes them very concrete and makes them very, very real. This is a motivational tool, and it's a powerful one, but motivational tools are not enough to get people to change their behavior, particularly with changes that require people to behave differently for a very long time, if not forever. And that's because behavior change is a skill. It's a learnable skill, and terrifying people does nothing to enhance people's ability to do what they need to do, which is what you would need for this to be a successful evidence-based behavior change intervention. And I could see this whole thing backfiring and just inducing shame in those who don't manage to change their behavior after this experience. So again, I really hope that they help people out with some resources after the show. I know they give them like a guide on what to eat, but I'm hoping that they give them something a little bit more than that. But again, it's a TV show, so I don't necessarily have high hopes. Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark. I don't know about you guys, but over the last few years, I've become increasingly concerned about my online privacy. We all spend a lot of time and create a lot of sensitive data about ourselves online, but most of us don't know what goes on behind the scenes or who has access to that information. But it's very clear that our data is big money for those who collect it. And that's where Surfshark comes in. Surfshark believes that online privacy is a human right, and they have created a great product to keep you private and secure online by encrypting your internet activity and hiding your real IP address. Surfshark VPN protects your data and location as you surf the web. This stops anyone trying to monitor your activity online, whether it be hackers, the government, your internet service provider, or other third-party eavesdroppers. Additionally, Surfshark doesn't monitor, log, or store any of your online activity, and they can't share what they don't have. Access more content on Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, or anywhere else across the web. Unblock that locked content by switching your location. If you're not using a VPN, I highly suggest you give Surfshark a try. Click the link in the description box and use the code Kiana to get 83% off and 3 months free. That comes out to just a couple bucks a month. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.